What's going on, guys? It's Jay Camaro here with another episode of Initial Thoughts, and today we're going to be taking a look at Forza Horizon, which was released October 23rd, 2012. It is available for the Xbox 360 and was developed by Playground Games. So I'm actually doing this video as a live commentary, and that's because this game doesn't really have a linear format to it. Sure, you've got races, but it's a very it's got more of an emphasis on like open racing and just doing whatever you want. So instead of just showing like a race or a combination of races, I'm just going to be talking about the game while I'm driving around the environment of Colorado. So first of all, I know I say this every single video that I put up, but I'm sorry that I have not been posting much content. School has just been getting very hard lately. I was sick last week, so I wasn't able to put up much videos, and I'm hoping to put up the Flashback Friday Halo Comedy Vault anniversary video sometime this week, probably before Friday, and of course I'm going to be playing Call of Duty Black Ops 2, unboxing that, as well as putting up some gameplay of Halo 4 after I get the initial thoughts off of that. So let's talk about Forza Horizon. Now, Forza Horizon is a little different direction of the Forza franchise. Now, Forza, for like pretty much its entire life, it started out as an Xbox original first-party exclusive game. It's more of a simulation racer competing against like Sony's Gran Turismo series on the PlayStation 3, and for Forza Motorsport 1, 2, 3, and 4, they run at 60 frames per second. They're very linear, legal, like on like track racing games with hundreds and hundreds of cars. And it's just very super realistic. And Turn 10 Studios, the developer that makes for the Forza Motorsport series, turned the like creation of this new like sub-series of the Forza franchise called Forza Horizon over to Playground Games, and they created this really nice open world kind of simulation, kind of arcade racer that's really good. So first of all, we're going to take a look at the car selection. This is the car selection that I have. We're going to the dealer in a little while. You just get to pick out cars. There's a little less cars than before in Forza 4. I would say there's a couple hundred. There's not like 700 or whatever that's in Forza Motorsport 4. More is going to be added with DLC, of course. So we're just going to start out racing. This kind of has like a story element to it. Not a big story element, but definitely it's got some story-based content included with it. So basically you're a, I'll just get started driving right now. It does have interior view. You're basically a rookie driver who comes to this place called the Horizon Festival in Colorado. Supposedly it's held every, I'm going to turn off, just a second, I'm going to turn off the radio. So it's held every year. I don't know, it's never really been talked about before, of course. So it's Horizon Festival 2012. Sorry about my driving. I'm trying to talk, think about the game, and race at the same time. So like you come to the Horizon Festival and you're competing against all these drivers. As you can see, there's one. They're all around the track. You've got a couple hundred miles of track in the game, and it's very it's pretty open world. You can't like just drive off the road like in some racing games, but it's pretty good. So you verse all of these racing like drivers who are voiced characters. It's a little cheesy at sometimes, but the story all in all is enough to kind of get you in the car and driving. And you basically just verse like racers to get points to get up to the next like section of events. Actually, in this like the medals like the race types are actually sorted by wristband. So every race, first like the Horizon races, you've also got like I think it's called Showtime events that you race against like different like aerial vehicles. That's what it looks like right now, and you basically get like the car that you drive and stuff. But anyway, the bare bones like Horizon Festival races, you get like a certain amount of points. It can increase. Like I think you started at about 50 points, and then it goes up to about, I think the last set gives you like 250 points per race. And every time you rank, you get a certain amount of points. Through doing those races, you get a new wristband and then access to new events. You actually can go back with the older events in each set of like tiers. So you just need a certain amount of points. You don't have to like do each race in order, which is a little less linear than Forza Motorsport 4, where it basically gave you like 4 races to do. This gives you like all the races. You can do them whenever you want. And So every time you complete a race, you rank up to that wristband. Then you have a new like rival, which is like a story character, who eventually you beat, and then you can verse them for their car. And it's really actually cool. I was a little skeptical about the story of this game before I picked it up, but I actually really liked it. Although it's not like a story mode like in Halo 4 or Medal of Honor Warfighter, it's definitely enough to get you in the car. So I'm just going to be switching between in-car views. I'm driving the Lamborghini Aventador LP 407, I think it's called. Pretty long name. It's fully upgraded, so this thing can just like fly. So as you can see, the draw distance in this game is quite good. The environments are a lot better than the environments in Forza Motorsport. Forza Motorsport 4, because the game runs at 30 frames per second, which is probably a little bit of a disappointment for all of the simulation racers who just loved that Forza Motorsport 4 feel. But the simulation is still there. It just runs at 30 frames per second, but it's not a big deal because most racing games I play run at 30 frames per second. You're not getting that hyped up realism, but it still gets the job done, and I think it definitely gave the studio enough like more software power to be able to just make the game look better. The cars just look so much better. I love the interior views. I've played quite a few open world racing games in my time, and I definitely have to say that this one is probably one of the best. I've loved the Forza franchise, and I'm going to continue to play it throughout the next generation of Xbox, because this is probably the last time that you're going to see this franchise on the Xbox 360. I think next year, probably the next generation Xbox is going to come out, but this isn't really a video about that. But what I did right there is I set a GPS waypoint. Now I'm going to the Horizon Festival. So before in Forza Motorsport 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, you accessed everything through menus. In this one, you're pretty much pushed right into the game, and then to get like cars, to unlock cars, to upgrade cars, to change cars, you go to this kind of loop in the center of the map. You can change your car in different like Horizon outposts, which I did at the very beginning of the video. But you go here, and this is pretty much where all the action happens, where you can go to the rival events. As you can see, I'm entering for the Horizon Festival right now. It's pretty detailed. Kind of, you've got like a stadium in the background right there. Tons of people. Oops. And I definitely like kind of the feel of it. The cars I just can't get over how good they look. This is definitely the best looking game on the 360 that I've played. A lot better than Forza Motorsport 4. So as you can see, we're gonna just go through all of the like areas. So first of all, we'll back up. There's the garage where you like can upgrade your car, change your car, stuff like that. There's the auto show, which the GPS waypoint was actually set for. We'll go there in a second to take a look at all the cars. This is Race Central, where you can do like rival events, leaderboards, stuff like that. Car Club, it's similar to Forza Motorsport 4. I haven't tried it out, but pretty much from what I think, you can create like car clubs with other people and kind of race in groups. Marketplace, you buy just like new DLC. I got the season pass for this game, so I've got all the DLC. And the paint shop. I actually really like this approach. Sometimes it's a little annoying having to drive all the way back, but if you actually want to go to the menu right here, we can see like all the different events. So you've got like the completed races. Of course, I've beat the game, so up there you can see my wristband as well as the amount of credits I have and the car I'm driving. But you can see like this is a blue wristband event. As you can see, it's a B class. You get 8,000 credits and you get 120 points for completing it. You can actually go to different points on the map just by tapping X at certain locations. So I started out in the canyon area, which we'll just go over here, at this Horizon outpost, Red Rock Heights. What you can actually do is press X and then fast travel there for 10,000 credits. It's a little expensive, but you can actually complete 3 sponsorship events, which are the 3 like not colored in yellow, red circles, and then you can get up to 100% discount to go there whenever you want, which is pretty cool. But you can actually head back here for 0 credits, as you can see. So it does get pretty quick to get by there, but sometimes just going around the map takes a little while if you don't want to spend the extra cash. But of course, if you're going to an area a lot, you're going to want to at least do the sponsorship events and then get those for free. So right now we're gonna go and head into the auto show, which is right over here.
You have arrived.
So we're gonna go there, And this game does have quite a few manufacturers. We got like Arbeth. I'll just go through all of them. Not really go into a ton of detail. A couple Aston Martins, Audi, sorry. You actually have convertibles now, which is pretty cool. So you've got the R8 GT Spider as well as just the normal GT. I think that's pretty cool. It does kind of decrease the performance if you get the convertible version. You can't put like the top up, but I definitely think that's pretty cool. Right now you got BMWs. This is actually a DLC car. I haven't gotten the latest DLC, so you'll see that like DLC sign. You've got Bugatti. So as you can see, there's definitely less cars than in Forza Motorsport 4. But there's definitely enough. Like, they kind of took out all the terrible cars and like the super like Le Mans F1 type cars. You've got a ton of Ferraris, which is like always in every Forza game. You have an insane amount of Ferraris. You've also got some SUVs, which are pretty good, and some cars that you haven't seen in Forza Motorsport 4, like for example the Apollo Enraged. Got some Hennessy. There is no Porsche, which is because of licensing issues with EA. I don't know if they'll add that in. I think that they might think of it as like competition for their open world Need for Speed Most Wanted game, which I'll put up initial thoughts of that in the next week or so. So I don't know if it's ever gonna get it. But there are a very wide variety of cars. You've got the Lamborghini Aventador J, which I absolutely love, and of course the LP704, which I did get the name correct. We're just gonna go through this a little faster because I want to get to a couple more elements of the game. So you got Mazda, you got some McLarens in there, some Mercedes. You've got the 1965 Mini, of course, and you've also got these limited edition like graphics skins. That's just because I got the limited collector's edition. Some of these cars are limited collector's edition cars, but you're definitely gonna get a pretty impressive roster no matter what version you get. Of course, you got Rough, which is pretty much the replacement for Porsche. The new FRS. So you've definitely got some new cars in there. The 2012 Shelby 1000, it looks like. The Ultimate Aero, Subaru, Toyota. No Prius this time, thankfully. The Ultima. The new Viper, which was pretty... It's actually featured on the cover. And, of course, you've got Beetles. Interestingly enough, you get the 1967 Beetle, but you don't get the new 2012 Beetle. So that's pretty much all the cars. It's pretty easy to get there. I definitely like it. So we're going to go through and kind of just look at some cars that I have. As you can see, the lighting is just really good. You've got a full night cycle. Now, one thing I want to talk about is barn finds. So barn finds are pretty much their Easter egg like system, because this is an open world game. They've got to have some stuff to do in the open world, so you can basically go around to these barns where it tells you at some points in the game like where they are. It shows you actually kind of saw it on a map. I'll pull it up after I'm done looking at this stuff, but it's like a white circle and you go around, and somewhere in there's a barn with a car in it. You go in there. Dak, this guy who runs the garage at the Horizon Festival, comes out and he restores the car for free. You can't buy these anywhere else. They're pretty much classic cars. So these are the ones that I've got right now. I've still got 3 that I haven't discovered. You can get these without like getting like that white circle, but of course it's a lot harder, and I think you can actually purchase a map for Microsoft points. So here's all my cars. You can upgrade your cars quite good. It's like Forza Motorsport 4 pretty much, but without tuning. I never really did that much tuning, but I don't really think of it as that big of a deal. Maybe if you're like a tuner or something, you're gonna be a little disappointed, but for the most part, it's not a big deal. I think that they still tried to capture all the customization. You've also got their really enhanced livery editor. Of course, you can just create insane like graphics for the cars, and so what we're gonna do right now is we're just gonna go to auto upgrade, and I'm gonna show you like just the kind of upgrades you can get in Forza Horizon. And it's some pretty cool loading screens. You got like crowd noises in the background, some like stats and stuff. So what you can do is you can automatically upgrade your cars to different tiers, just like in all the other Forza games. So as you can see, for 42,000 credits, I can pretty much get this car like maxed out, which is pretty cool. You can do custom upgrades, so you can do like aerodynamics and appearance. Sometimes you get like specialty manufacturer like bumpers and stuff, but it looks like you just got the Forza stuff. So you've got like tires and rims, engines. You can do conversions and stuff like that. Right here you can go to a twin turbo, which is pretty cool. You can actually collect these DAT Garage signs around the map, which are little like red dots, and then There's 100 of them. Each one decreases 1% from all of your upgrades. So of course, once you get 100, then all upgrades are free. That's pretty much their like in Forza Motorsport 4, the more time you drove with a certain brand of car, then you got like unlimited stuff from them, and then of course money. They don't really have that in this game, and they also don't have a driver level, which is a little disappointing. Driver levels, for people who don't know, in Forza Motorsport 3 and 4 was a little bit more customizable. In Forza Motorsport 4, every time your driver like ranked up, you unlocked a new car, and this is going to bring me into the one part of Forza Horizon which I don't really like. So, whenever you ranked up, you got a free car, which let you like try out a ton of different vehicles. But in Forza Horizon, there's no driver level. There's no reward for cars, like car rewards, which isn't a huge deal. Except the problem is there's no quick play mode. So, to drive a car at any time, you have to buy it. So, for example, the Lamborghini Aventador J, this car is $2.7 million. Now, at the end of the game, when you defeat like the highest rival, Darius Flint, you get 5 million credits, and then you can just go crazy with buying a ton of cars. You saw like my Pagani. I don't think I bought the Aston Martin, but I've got this one. I maxed out my Lamborghini Aventador. I've got a Koenigsegg. So you can definitely buy a ton of cars, but before that, and with like once you exhaust that amount of money, you can't actually like try out any cars. So say I get like a DLC car that I just want to like race a little bit, you can't actually do that. You have to save up enough money, and although the amount of credits that you get per race, as you can see, I just got another discount sign. The amount of credits that you get in each race are pretty generous. You can do street races, which can vary anywhere from like 30 to 50,000 credits. So it definitely is a pretty big payout. I just don't like how you can't, do that. So I think that, I don't know, I think that part of the game is a little, disappointing, and I think that Turn 10 could have, Playground Games could have just added that in. I think that, like, this car, I love the Lamborghini Aventador J, but I had to wait, like, I think I probably played this game about 15, 16, 17 hours before I beat the full, the boss driving, like, the final race. And I was able to buy these cars, but before that, I just had to, like, look at them. I couldn't see how they felt, like, driving, how fast they were, the performance and stuff. And then once I got them, what if I didn't like them? You can still sell them, but you're selling them at a loss, and you just can't really try them out. So this is definitely a game. I know I'm driving on the wrong side of the road, which is a little annoying. Might hit a couple cars. This is the part of the track where you can really just get some insane speed out. I'll try to dodge the traffic before I can get back on the other side of the road. So I don't like that, and I wish they would have added that. For the most part, I just really enjoy this game. I'm driving right now. As you can see, the sun is setting. You've got some really nice lighting over the Colorado area. It isn't like landscape for landscape. Oh, oops. And like it could, like, you might think it is. Like, all the landmarks are here, but it's not like an accurate representation of Colorado whatsoever. So there's just, sometimes you can actually see like races, like these guys are actually racing people. Then what I can actually do is drive up behind one of them, just kind of stay there for a second, and I can actually press X to challenge them. Of course, I would destroy this guy because I'm driving a Lamborghini Aventador, and it looks like he's just driving a Fiesta, sorry. And then the final thing that I want to talk about in this game is kind of just the open world stuff. So right here, I just hit a speed zone. So it basically calculates your average speed in a certain area. I'm kind of going to crash a little bit, so I'm not going to get a great speed. And then you can compare it on a leaderboard. You've also just got normal speed cameras, which track your speed as soon as you go by that spot. And then you've got your popularity level. Now, when I did that like drift and those high speeds on the right there, that yellow writing at the top as well as the multiplier adds to your popularity level. So there's 250 popularity levels. So I'm in 73rd or 74th, I think, 73rd, and every time you accumulate an amount of points, that level goes up. Of course, the lower you are, the more points it's going to take to level up. And you can get these things by just driving fast, doing near misses, which I kind of missed right there, doing some drifts, and every time you hit something, like if you just barely bonk something, it isn't gonna completely destroy your combo, but as you can see when I hit that Camry back there, then it gets rid of your combo, which sometimes can be annoying in races because you get these like epic combos and that, then you hit something and you lose it all. There's one part of the map, I can't remember exactly where it is, but it's a golf course, and I had like a 80,000 point combo, which would have got me at least 5 ranks where I was. I think I was still like 200 something. It was pretty early in the game, and I hit something and I lost everything, which was a little annoying. But I think that that's pretty cool to just, you know, drive around, and I think this game is definitely just focusing on just driving these really nice supercars instead of like, I just think it has more of a feel of the open road than Forza Motorsport 4. Oh, here's the golf course. So you just turn on here. This is one of the only areas in the game we can actually go off the track. As you can see, you can just get these great combos and airs and drifts and ease boost style or whatever came up. And right now, I'm just gonna play this for a little while longer until I get to the night cycle. But as you can see, towards the end of the day, your lights turn on. It's not like a 24-hour time frame, and it changes per each race. So pretty much if I go up to a race right now and it's like a night race, it goes immediately to the night. Or if it's at night, then if I go to a race that's only held in the daytime, then it switches back to daytime, and I can't actually and I have to just completely do the day-night cycle again, which is one little annoying thing. If you like want to experience nighttime, you go to a race, then you have to wait another I think half hour or so for it to change. I'm gonna end this combo right now while I can still get quite a few points. So now it's about nighttime. It skips a little bit, so as you can see, I just got a ton of points right there. So it kind of like speeds up, like you're in one time, and then it like immediately switches to another time, and this is where Forza Horizon really shines. So you get on the road, you can see the cockpits are lit up, you got your headlights, your taillights, all the buildings light up, and it's just definitely really cool. The night cycle, just the entire night is just really nice. We're going to actually go to the Horizon Festival right now, fast travel to it, and I'm just going to show you how it looks at nighttime. It's really it's pretty cool. You've got like a band performing on stage, fireworks going off everywhere. As you can see, I just really like the Horizon Festival at this time of day. Just all the lights turn on. Where's the stadium? The band performing. Oh, there it is. So you can go over here, and I just think that this looks really cool. Just driving a car super fast at midnight. This really captures what Forza Horizon is. And there's also off-roading, racing, and this is a 4-wheel drive car, so it does pretty good off-road. But some cars are better than others. You got SUVs and stuff like that. So finally, I'm just going to go into the final part of this kind of different initial thoughts. I know it wasn't the most structured thing ever, but I just think that Forza Horizon isn't the most structured game ever, like, either. And I think that that actually is really good because you can just do whatever you want. So who should buy this game? Well, I think that if you're a fan of Forza Motorsport 1, 2, 3, or 4, if you've played any of those, I think this is a really good game to buy. I think that it definitely isn't a simulation as those, but I think if you just enjoy the driving style of those kind of games, I think you're going to really enjoy it. But if you just wanted it for the simulation, you might want to think twice about purchasing this game. There is a demo available if you want to try it out with some races and part of the open world available. But I think that it isn't the most simulation heavy game ever, but it's not arcadey. It kind of straddles like a very different style for racing games. Think of it a little bit like Need for Speed Shift and Shift 2 Unleashed, which came out a couple of years ago. It's not entirely simulation, but then it's also not arcade. So it doesn't really appeal to both audiences, but I think that both audiences could have fun with this game. You're just definitely going to think if you're going to enjoy the style of racing. It's definitely not for everybody. If you're into games like Need for Speed, I think this is definitely a good game to pick up. I think it's definitely better looking than those games. It's only for the Xbox, so if you're on the PlayStation 3, you're out of luck. But you've got like Gran Turismo 5 and stuff like that. Gran Turismo 5? Yeah, Gran Turismo 5. So I'm not like the biggest PlayStation 3 gamer, of course. I don't even have one. But I think that all in all, this is a really good game. If you just like racing games, if you like cars in general, this is a really, really good game to pick up. I've played Need for Speed Most Wanted a little bit, but right now I can comfortably say this is my favorite racing game of the year. I really enjoy this, and even though I've already beaten the main storyline, I'm definitely going to keep coming back for their monthly car packs, and of course I already invested another $50 into this game. I think that car packs are a little overpriced. They're about 400 Microsoft points, and I think they only come with like 6 cars, so a little less than Forza Motorsport 4, but I think the cars are a lot more detailed. You can do more with the cars, and I think all in all, Forza Horizon is definitely a game that you should pick up. So that's pretty much the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed this, thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.